Elizabeth here from Plant-Based Bride, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do the makeup I do when I'm not really sure what makeup to do. So basically what my face always looks like. So I haven't been wearing foundation lately, just in the hopes of giving my skin some room to breathe. And I think my skin is doing pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how it looks. It's definitely not perfectly clear. I have a couple little things going on, but wearing less face makeup has definitely helped. So I usually go in with just a little bit of concealer. And this is the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer Cream, and this is in E.l.f. Neutral. So this concealer dries pretty quick, so I'm just going to start blending it in with my finger. So I'm gonna let that settle for a second, and I'm gonna start on my brows. I've just started using this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in Caramel, which is like the light auburn shade, I suppose. I always find that brow products that are made for brunettes don't work for me, or I just don't like them, I guess. And I tend to lean more towards brow products made for redheads. So that is what I'm using. My main goal in filling in my brows is to make them symmetrical, because I have some missing patches in my right brow that make them look really uneven, in my opinion. So sometimes I want to go for a more dramatic look, so I'll go even further, but always the basic goal is to fill in my right brow to make them even, and then fill in the left brow so that they look the same as far as the depth of color. I'm going to apply some bronzer. I almost never contour with actual contour products. I usually just pop on some bronzer in those areas that I want to sink away. So usually under my cheekbones, in the hollows of my cheeks, on my temples. And then I also like to use a little bit around my nose to kind of even out the color there. So just a touch kind of around my nose and on my nose, and sometimes I'll also add a tiny bit to my cheeks and eyes, just whatever's left on the brush, and my forehead, just to add a bit more color there. And then I usually will put a little bit under my chin as well, just for some depth and shadow there. So the bronzer was the chocolate bronzer from Too Faced. Now I'm going to use Too Faced Love Flush Your Love is King blush. It's pretty, I like it. And I'm just going to apply it to the apples of my cheeks. And everyone has different placement that they like for their blush. I like to have my blush on the lower part of my cheek, right above where I put my bronzer. And for it to come right up to my temple. And often I'll also add a tiny bit to my nose as well, just to bring back a tiny bit of color, because I find applying that little bit of concealer sometimes zaps the color from my face. So this way I can have my little pink nose back, which my nose is always pink, so there you go. And naturally my nose gets pretty pink, so there you go. Now, obviously it's pretty intense. I don't know how it looks on the camera. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's definitely meant to be more intense so that I can then blend it away. So to blend it, I'm using the Too Faced Prime and poreless skin smoothing pressed powder and my EcoTools kabuki brush. And usually I just blend it a little bit using this pressed powder. I also at this point apply the powder over my brows just to help soften them up a little bit. So now I'm going to go in with some highlighter. I just got my first ever actual highlight. This is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone, and I was really excited about it. I've seen this everywhere for such a long time. It's such a pretty color. So I'm going to use my Terre Organic Vegan angled brush and apply some of that on my cheekbones. And a little bit down my nose and on my Cupid's bow and a little bit under my brows there. I will also often go in with an eyeshadow brush just to be a little bit more precise in those little areas if I'm feeling like putting in an extra effort. So, eye look. I'm doing the same eye look I've been doing a lot recently in videos and in life because that's what I've been doing, so it's on my mind. I'm using my e.l.f. Matte for Matte palette, which I have a review for on my blog. It's really affordable. The shades are cruelty-free and vegan. I think that they are really useful for life in general because they're neutral. None of them have any shimmer, which for me is great. So I'm going to start with this lightest color, which is essentially the same color as my skin, just as a bit of a base for my lid. And you could really use any shadow that matched generally the tone of your skin for this. Sometimes I like to mix a little bit of the next color, which is like a baby pink, in there as well, just for a little bit of that interest there. Then I go in with my blending brush, my crease brush, and I go in with the, so I apologize for how dirty this is, but this is what it looks like normally, so yeah. So I just use these two colors on my lid, mostly this one and a tiny bit of the pink, and now I'm gonna go with this fourth color. It's sort of a peachy mid-brown, and that's the one I've been using a lot in my crease recently. So I'm just gonna apply it to my blending brush and put it right into my crease. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not doing anything super complicated. I'm not too worried about it. I am just putting some color in there. So I usually go in a couple times to build up the color gradually, just to define my crease a little bit more. And once I'm starting to like where the color is getting, I usually will start to add a tiny bit of the next color as well. The next color, this fifth color here, which is just a touch darker, and I'll usually put a little bit of that more on the outer corner. So once I'm happy with the general depth of color there, I will usually take another clean blending brush and I'll go back in with that sort of neutral skin color, and I'll use that just to help blend out the crease color, just to clean it up a little bit if it looks a bit harsh anywhere. I just want it to look super blended and natural. So now I'm going to do my eyeliner. Now depending on the video you're watching, you've probably seen both of these techniques. So I either will use a angled brush in the dark brown shadow from my Matte for Matte palette to do my liner, or I will use a liquid liner, usually black. And I'm going to use a liquid liner today. This is new to me. I just got the tartiest double take eyeliner. So one side is a pencil and one's a liquid. I haven't actually used the pencil side before, so I can't comment on that. But I have used the felt tip a little bit, and I do like felt tip liner, so I'm going to use the felt tip today. And my technique for liner usually is to start really thin in the middle and bring it out, thickening it a bit as I go, doing that on both sides, and then kind of going from there. My eyes kind of come down a little bit on the outer corners, so that's why I like to thicken it a bit and do a bit of a wing when I do my liner, because I feel like it really opens my eyes up, which I think looks nice. So once I've done sort of that basic line, I work on the little tail. So once I've done one tail, I try to do the other one as similar as possible, and that is always the fun part, trying to make it look the same. I then spend about 4 minutes trying to figure out if my eyeliner looks even, and it looks pretty even, so I'm gonna leave it for this second because I don't want to stress myself out. My look is starting to get pretty close to being done. I like to wait for my liner to dry before I do my lashes because my eyelash curler always messes up my eyeliner. My lips have been really dry lately, so I'm gonna apply a little bit of clear gloss to them because I don't have any lip balm. I've lost all of my lip balm. If you have vegan and cruelty-free lip balm that you love, let me know in the comments below because I really need to get some more because my lips are dying in the winter without lip balm. So, clear lip gloss is gonna help me out. This is Mayron's Gloss Tone Pro Lip Gloss. Yeah. Once my liner has had a chance to dry for a little bit, I'm gonna use my eyelash curler. I just got this one at Sephora. And curl my lashes, you know, as we do. Good old torture device. Usually, no matter how long I wait, it does pull off a little bit of my liner, so I end up going back in to fix it after I do my mascara. Such is life. Once my lashes have a bit of a curl, I put some mascara on, and I just picked up this Tartiest mascara when I grabbed the liner, and I actually really like it. I picked up 2 different Tarte mascaras while I was at Sephora that I hadn't tried before, and this one is definitely my favorite of the 2. I'm going to be doing individual reviews of both on my blog, as I have with every vegan mascara I've tried, so I will link those in the description below once I actually do them. And I just apply the mascara like, you know, a human applies mascara. It's not very exciting. I don't have any special hints and tips and tricks for you. I just have the way that I put makeup on my face. I love how lengthening this mascara is. It's kind of amazing. It makes me think of some of the non-cruelty-free mascaras that I used before transitioning my makeup over, and that's pretty awesome. I do love me some good lengthening and volumizing mascara because I hate fake eyelashes. Doing my fake eyelashes on my wedding day was like the worst thing ever. Which reminds me, if you guys want to see a wedding makeup tutorial, let me know. I pretty much used all the same products I just use now for the most part. It's really not that different because I did my own makeup and I did it pretty much the way I always do it. I didn't do liner like this because I wanted to keep it way more natural, and I had a super natural lip, and today I'm going to be doing some lipstick, so there are some differences for sure. But I did put faux lashes on for my wedding, and that sucked because I hate faux lashes. So once I have my mascara on, I want to leave that to dry for a bit. This formula is a bit wet before I touch up my eyeliner. So I'm going to do my lipstick, and I'm going to wear Truffle by Dose of Colors. Truffle and Stone are both really pretty colors, but I've been liking Truffle a lot lately because it's a touch warmer. So I think it's just a bit more wearable for day to day. Sort of a plummy, brown, neutral taupe-ish shade. It's a liquid lipstick. So I'm gonna apply that. Okay, and lately I've been doing a little bit, not really over drawing, but kind of filling in the bottom of my cupid's bow because I have a pretty sharp cupid's bow. So when I follow my cupid's bow, I get a very dramatic sort of theatrical upper lip, which is great for theater, which is what I do a lot of times. But for day to day, sometimes I like to fill in that cupid's bow a touch. It makes my upper lip look a little bigger, and it also gives my lips a little bit of a softer look, I think, maybe. This is kind of it. I'm gonna touch up my liner. And I also like to let my lashes fully dry and then curl them one more time to really give them that uplifted look. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be back. So here's the final look. Basically makeup I do when I'm not really sure what makeup to do. And I hope you guys liked it and found some new vegan cruelty-free products maybe you didn't know before. Another reminder, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not trying to show you techniques or say that I know what I'm doing. I just had a lot of requests for doing makeup, so I thought I'd show you guys what I tend to do in a lot of my videos in case you were curious. So that's it. See you guys soon. Bye. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it and subscribe for new videos twice a week. Make sure you follow me on social media. I'm at Elizabeth Turn on Twitter and Instagram. And check out my last video if you're looking for something to watch next.